Welcome back everyone to another second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. Today is Sunday, December 27th, and in this video we have groundbreaking news to deliver to you guys. Something very critical happened today that basically saved the entire nation. After 5 long, grueling days of uncertainty and more Americans further being pushed into financial despair throughout their Christmas holiday, Trump has finally signed the stimulus bill. That's right, President Trump finally gave in, and tonight he signed the $900 billion stimulus bill. And we're going to talk about in this video what that means for you in your next stimulus check, how much you could receive, when you could expect it, if there are any changes made, all the above we're going to be uncovering in this video. Before we even scratch the surface, as always, if you have been enjoying my content, you have been enjoying my videos, you have been getting value out of them, go ahead and turn that like button blue, smash the like button for me. That will actually support my channel because it will increase the YouTube algorithm, so more eyeballs will actually get onto my videos, so I do appreciate if you do that. And one more small favor, if you haven't already, hit that big red button, the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell as well. That will actually notify you every single solitary time I do post a new video. I post videos every single solitary day, no exceptions and no excuses. So as we discussed in my last few previous updates, so much was at stake here if President Trump did not sign this stimulus bill. Most notably, unemployment benefits have already dried up and expired and lapsed for millions and millions of Americans. The eviction moratorium is going to expire at the end of this year, and the new stimulus bill would extend it all the way through January 31st. Of course, stimulus checks are on that list. On top of Americans spending Christmas not knowing what their financial outlook is going to be and begging desperately for a lifeline, there were enough deaths now from the virus to now say that 1 in 1,000 Americans have now died from COVID-19. The unemployment numbers were only going up. They were not going down, even with the vaccine being distributed now. So it was so imperative to provide relief as fast as possible to Americans. And on top of all of this, if Trump did not sign the spending bill, it would also mean that we would not be able to avert a government shutdown. The government would shut down on Tuesday. So after Trump railed against the $900 billion stimulus bill, as well as the $1.4 trillion spending package, and called on Congress to increase the amount of stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000, Trump finally caved in and signed the bill. Trump said he will insist on reductions as part of the spending bill, but Congress does not have to go along. In his statement tonight, he said, quote, "I will sign the omnibus and COVID package with a strong message that makes clear to Congress that wasteful items need to be removed. I will send back to Congress a redlined version, item by item, accompanied by the formal rescission request to Congress insisting that those funds be removed from the bill." Now, although Trump did sign the stimulus bill, he's not throwing in the towel just yet. In fact, he is calling on Congress to work on 3 main key things. Number 1, he is of course calling on Congress to boost the number of stimulus checks from 600 to 2,000, but now if we get 600, perhaps another check would only be 1,400 to make up for the difference. Number 2, he wants the Senate to also investigate voter fraud. He is not backing down on voter fraud. He wants there to be an investigation into that. And the third thing is he's still pushing for the liability protection for big tech giants. Trump is still urging Congress to repeal Section 230, which provides content liability protection for the big tech companies like Twitter and Facebook. Now, Mitch McConnell was quick to respond to Trump's signing of the bill, but he did not specifically say what commitments the Senate will make, if at all. So he said tonight, quote, "I applaud President Trump's decision to get hundreds of billions of dollars of crucial COVID-19 relief out the door and into the hands of American families as quickly as possible." And according to multiple sources, we learned recently that some top Republican figures labored to convince Trump to sign off on this bill over the weekend. These people include House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, as well as incumbent Senator David Perdue, who of course is up for re-election in the Georgia Senate runoff races, as well as Lindsey Graham, senator from South Carolina, who actually golfed with Trump over the weekend in Mar-a-Lago. So he was one of the people I'm sure they discussed on the golf course and tried to convince Trump to sign this bill. After Trump's attacks on the bill, Republicans publicly and privately tried to sway Trump to change his mind on the stimulus bill that was much needed for a lot of these Republicans' constituents. The two bills combined, the government spending bill and the stimulus bill, combined to a whopping total of a price tag to the tune of $2 trillion. And not only was it unemployment benefits, not only was it stimulus checks, the eviction moratorium, in addition was, of course, food assistance, vaccine funding and distribution, money to states and governments, so that way they can properly distribute this vaccine. Now, Saturday was a deadline for 14 million Americans who are receiving unemployment. So Trump blew past that deadline and effectively stopped unemployment benefits for roughly 14 million Americans. So because of Trump's delay of signing the bill, millions of Americans are expected to lose about a week's worth of unemployment benefits. So included in the bill is the more than $280 billion for the PPP for small business loans. You also, of course, have $600 direct payments and $600 to every child, but the cutoff is 17 years old. So senior dependents, adult dependents, children my age, college students, they will not be eligible for a $600 stimulus check. Nearly $30 billion will go to COVID-19 vaccine distribution and will ensure that Americans can get a COVID-19 vaccine absolutely for free. It will not cost you anything. Along with extending the eviction moratorium, also, $25 billion will go to rental assistance, and the airline payroll assistance is part of more than $45 billion in transportation relief. That's included in this bill. The package will also direct $82 billion to K-12 and higher education. Democrats have already said that they will push for another relief bill rather quickly when it comes time for January, especially when Biden takes office. The most prominent parts of that stimulus bill will include state and local government aid, as well as much more direct payments. Of course, their ability to pass a bill will hinge mostly on the January 5th runoff races, which are coming up very soon. Those races will determine the fate of the Senate, not just for stimulus, but other legislation that Biden can push through. So no changes were made to this bill. Nothing was amended to this bill for Trump to sign it. He basically just decided to sign it at the last minute. But unfortunately for many Americans, it was too late of a decision. So what was the reason? What was the catalyst behind this? Why did Trump wait 5 days, which went through the holidays when many Americans could not afford gifts or put food on the table for their families? Why did he wait 5 days to sign this same exact bill he could have signed earlier in the week? So far, analysts are speculating that it was all theatrics and a very Trumpian move. He wanted to reinsert himself into the conversation, as many lawmakers in Congress have already forgotten about Trump in a sense and have already accepted the fact that Biden will be president. So Trump wanted a way to keep his name in the headlines, keep himself in the discussions, and really try to save face and show that he's still the president of the United States. Trump is still evidently furious over the election results. He has not backed down on his claims of election fraud. He continues to push those conspiracy theories. So this is just a classic vintage Trump move. Now, as far as the timeline for receiving stimulus checks, it's not 100% clear to us just yet. The last we heard from Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, when he was expecting Trump to sign the bill initially, he had said that the first checks will start to be sent out at the beginning of next week. So hopefully we'll get a clearer picture in the coming days, and wishfully we'll get a response from Mnuchin and Trump on when those first checks could start to be sent out. I like to do my opinion polls. I get a good reaction, good response. So let's hear your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Trump should have signed this bill on day one as opposed to waiting till now? Do you think this was a strategic move because maybe we will ultimately get $2,000 stimulus checks because of Trump's decision? Or do you think this was all theatrics, all for show? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. More updates, more developments will definitely come. The bill has been signed. It is now the law of the land. So stimulus checks will start to be sent out. Those unemployment benefits will start to be sent out as well. So this is the law of the land. This is it. The stimulus bill has been signed. I do hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, smash that like button. And if you want to see more videos from my channel, as always, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. That way you'll actually be notified every single time I do post a brand new video. I do look forward to seeing you in the next video, hopefully with some brand new updates.